Yo, what's up everyone? Today I'm going to be reacting to two videos that caught my attention from Moist Critical. And the first video is kind of short, it's not really long at all, but the second video was more recent and maybe get more in depth as to what Moist is talking about. But judging by the thumbnails of the videos, I can know has to be AI. Like at first, I didn't know it was AI until I went and did a bit of research. I saw the video on Twitter or X or whatever how you call it, but I saw the video and it looks so realistic. And if you see me looking to my side because I have a second monitor, I'm using it to record. It looks so real, and I'm scared that within the next year or two, AI is going to get so realistic that you can't even tell if it's AI or not. Like, look at this. Look at this example, and look at what it is now. Like, you can clearly tell the difference. And I am scared that AI is going to get so advanced no one's going to recognize it as AI anymore, and they say it's realistic even though it's not. But yeah, I want to see what Moist thinks of this. I know he doesn't like AI. Well, AI can be used in pretty funny ways, but at the same time it can also be used for bad things. Yeah, let's get started. Alright, here's the video. I'm gonna put my headphones on, listen what he has to say. Let's get started.
YouTube is already filled to the brim with AI-generated content, but with the release of VO3, it's gonna get worse.
Okay, so this is how you start. You find a tree and you just punch it down.
With access to VO3 opening, people are able to...
Bruh, that looks realistic at first, but until you can see mouth slowly moving and the dude's like... Yeah, you can clearly tell that's AI, but like Charlie said, with the new program opening up, it opened up to new possibilities as to what people can do with it. And it can be good or bad.
generate some crazy videos now. And yes, in a lot of cases you can still tell they're AI, but sometimes it's pretty tough. And this right here is an example of it being used to generate a Minecraft Let's Play. It's pretty impressive. There's no glaring issues that you can pick up on at a glance, and I'm confident that if this is something that just hits you on the YouTube Shorts page while you were doom scrolling, you would just write it off as another soy homunculus trying to start a Minecraft Let's Play series and think nothing more of it. I think it's at the point where it's good enough that a lot of people won't immediately pin the tail on the donkey here, finding Waldo, and identify it as AI. Again, if you're paying attention, it does look pretty eerie. This doesn't really seem like a human being, it's like an alien wearing a human skin. It reminds me of like Men in Black when the cockroach guy puts on the other dude's flesh and tries to, wander around. Like, it does feel a bit off, but there's nothing immediately noticeable wrong about it, especially when it comes to Let's Plays, where a lot of people put on this like complete persona anyway that just feels like a fake human being in the first place. You could just write that off as this just being some kind of quirky weirdo.
Oh my god. Yes! Woo! Victory Royale with a pickaxe! Woo!
VO3 must have been prompted to make the fucking Fortnite YouTuber look like the kid from Max Keeble's Big Move here. I haven't seen that hairstyle since the late 90s. But, I mean, it's pretty convincing. That does look like a person. Well, half hair gel, half person. There's been a few examples of Let's Play videos being generated by VO3 that I think are just scarily good. Yes, if you really sit there with the fucking monocle out and try and digest every frame, you can easily find some flaws and then, deduce that it's AI. But most people aren't going to be doing that. Maybe people don't remember this. Kwebbelkop used to be a huge proponent of AI.
Yeah, Kwebbelkop used to make videos using AI. Like, I haven't heard about him in like months. Last time I heard him, he was like in Internet Anarchist video, and let me tell you, he has 1 million subscribers, but no one watches this guy. Like, there's no one. I can literally go outside and ask somebody, "Hey, do you watch Kwebbelkop?" And they're like, "Who?" I understand that AI, you can use AI for good things, but there's also the bad things. People use AI to like help them with their math homework or to help write their essays for them. But at the same time, AI can be used for explicit stuff, and I don't want to get further details on that, but you can get the idea. Like, you look at this, bro. At first glance, you wouldn't think this is AI, but it is AI. And look, this is something that somebody would actually do. And the only things, if you have a keen eye and you pay attention to detail, you can clearly tell it's AI. But they're really subtle. You know what I mean?
The maybe people don't remember this. Kwebbelkop used to be a huge proponent of AI let's plays and just general AI content. And it turns out he was ahead of the curve because a lot of people are going to start doing exactly what he tried to do. I'm imagining Kwebbelkop is shaking his fist right now, pissing his fucking britches, really upset because he spent so much money developing that technology. Now all the billionaire big boys came out and just made it accessible to everyone to do exactly what he's been doing. But what I'm getting at is this is a direction a lot of greedy assholes want to go with this kind of technology where they can generate AI Let's Plays. It's something Kwebbelkop did where he even started channels for it, and now more and more people, I believe, are going to follow that example because you can pump out hundreds of those videos because the AI generates it for you. You don't have to do anything. The flesh is cringe. Machine is the future. And while it's not perfect yet, it will be eventually. And even in its current state with what VO3 is demonstrating, it's good enough that kids definitely won't know the difference, and people that are just idly putting shit on the background will have an endless supply of it and probably won't be tipped off on it being fraudulent content in the first place. It is going to flood the platform, much like it already has in other avenues like we've talked about recently with like fake P. Diddy case updates, you know, about how Prince had a secret tape that was played in there, and these are not children believing it, they're adults believing that kind of shit. It's already just a huge problem. Like also the America's Got Talent fake videos, you know. The fetus inside this woman's belly performs on America's Got Talent delivering a touching folk song describing what it's like in there. It'll move you to tears. I won't blabber on about all of that. Everyone knows about the influx of AI content on YouTube and the issues that it's causing. And it's only going to get worse. Now, VO3 is showing that it's capable of making a YouTuber. Big fucking air quotes on that. I think it's at a point now where maybe the gameplay's not perfect, so instead what people will most likely do is they will have a human being do some gaming on Minecraft or Fortnite or something, so that way the gameplay is irrefutably real, and they will instead have VO3 generate the YouTuber in the face cam. I think that's probably going to be where it's at now until VO3 or whatever other AI model comes next is more capable of generating the gameplay itself too. Though I don't know if it'll ever get to that point because I imagine at some stage the game companies will come through and put the kibosh on that saying you cannot generate shit that like steps on our copyright. You can't just generate fucking Fortnite gameplay. I imagine at some point that'll happen where they come in with the giant fist. They say, no, you're not going to be able to set it to Wumbo on our games for these AI videos. So that might be just the technique going forward where people, a human being plays a game and then instead uses AI to have a fake YouTuber and they're able to just pump those out endlessly. They could also just start taking other people's gameplay videos and using AI to make a, you know, face cam model there, which is also already being done at this moment. Anyway, for a while now, people have said that no one would really watch an AI YouTuber or streamer or anything. And I had always argued they will, and sometimes they just won't even know. I think we're getting close to that point where I think when more and more people start making videos like this, like Let's Plays, there will be people that follow them completely unaware that it's AI. And they will also have people that follow them that don't care that it's AI because they just want noise. So I think that VO3 being here and being as powerful as it is going to lead to significantly more AI content on YouTube that is a lot more difficult for people to discern as fake. So I just wanted to talk about it a bit after seeing all of these Let's Play generated videos. That's really about it. So yeah.
So Moise is right. Like AI is getting more and more out there, and we can't really do anything to stop it. So what he was saying is somebody is going to get Fortnite and they're going to play it, but they're going to go steal other people's videos, or they're going to generate a YouTuber, quote unquote YouTuber, like he said, that will play the game, but it will be like, yeah, yeah, I got the kill there, guys. Number one victory royale. It's so awkward, and some people they don't really care for that, or some people really do. And like he said, like some people are really gullible. They don't even realize that they're watching AI generated content, and it's starting to show. Like I've been seeing those one of those like videos where they have the circles. Hold on, I'm gonna put up on the screen these type of videos. I've been seeing them on my recommendation mostly daily now. And don't get me wrong, they're good, but it has no soul. Usually back then, when you watch a YouTuber, you want to watch the actual YouTuber playing games, doing commentary and whatnot. But seeing somebody being lazy, generate it and post it on YouTube, it just feels soulless. That's why I feel it's better for you to actually put in work than rather you do nothing. I get it, you want to make a quick buck, but at the same time, you just slouching off, you don't really do anything at all until much later. It it makes me feel like you don't even care. Well, of course, people who are lazy, they just pump out content for a quick buck. They don't actually care. They just want the bag. So, yeah. All right, let's move on to the next video. Here we go. Next video is still talking about AI, but it's more in length. So, let's get started, you guys.
Yeah, 2 videos on the same topic today. Big whoop. You want to fight about it, coward? Knew how to poop, had to learn how to fart. Doesn't matter. I am glued to this rabbit hole here. VO3 is the latest AI generative video tool from Gemini, but it might as well be from Cyberdyne, because this is the first steps into the AI future takeover like Skynet here. And what's being pumped out with VO3 is crazy impressive. And in a few cases, it's close to indistinguishable from a real authentic video. You'd have to be laser focused with your keen peepers and have your fucking Sharingan activated sometimes for these. And what I was talking about earlier is its effect it'll absolutely have on the YouTube ecosystem, where Let's Plays will be pumped out the wazoo, because there is a proof of concept right now from VO3 that it can very closely mimic real Minecraft and Fortnite Let's Plays with a face cam, a YouTuber, and the gameplay. I won't just regurgitate more examples of that. There are plenty to choose from here, the most notorious being that red-shirted cartoon character on ketamine right there in front of the Minecraft gameplay. There are some that are even more convincing that don't look like they're hitting a K-hole really hard. Point is, it's very good at pumping out fake Let's Plays. It's also very good at pumping out other kinds of popular YouTube content like those street interviews.
What's one move with AI that makes haters go crazy every time?
Oh, y'all gotta give them that. This is wild. It's over. We are cooked on that thread. You get.
Yeah, this is the video I saw. And at first, I didn't realize it was AI. It looks so real until I hear their voice. I'm hearing it for the second time or third time now. Their voices is what gives it off. You can tell there's a little bit of problem. You gotta be laser focused to see that this is AI. This is not real.
Get me?
This genre of content is so fucking cringe that this AI video feels just about as natural and organic as the real flesh, blood, and cringe that does this. Like, I swear to God, the people that do those videos are always like the exact same. What is your body count? And it feels almost as robotic as this AI video. So this one is actually looking to have people putting fries in the bag right now from that genre of content. Like, this is the wooden stake to the vampire's heart, because they can pump these street interviews out endlessly. And that and plenty more. Really, they can make endless YouTube content and flood the platform. And like I said, it's not perfect. You can still tell something is awry. It's still a bit eerie, but it's good enough that I think a large number of people will be none the wiser. And also, a large number of people aren't even paying that much attention to the videos they put on in the first place. So this will absolutely encapsulate them. It's just getting very concerning. But the one thing AI will never be able to emulate or replace is good hygiene. Motherfuckers out there smelling like trash, practicing horrible hygiene, it's time to fix that with our soap. Use Cheeky.com for the best soap ever made. I wanted to briefly mention
Bro, the sponsor's crazy.
that because we're doing a big Memorial Day sale that we're running until Monday, where if you use code MOIST, it's 20% off everything. So now's the perfect time to really upgrade your hygiene. Anyway, though, I didn't want to just focus on the YouTube side of things when it comes to this technology again. That's what I did earlier today. Instead, I want to talk about it in some other areas, most notably in commercial productions. So many of you know commercials use actors and they have sets and they have a budget and they produce commercials to advertise products. You know, the whole shebang. I don't need to explain to you how that shit works. I don't need to fucking spoon feed you that with the here comes the airplane on commercials. Point is, commercials have always had humans as a part of selling the product. But VO3 is currently just out of the box, almost good enough to fully replace that. And there is a producer that made a little proof of concept showcasing its capabilities even this early on.
I tried everything for my depression. Nothing worked.
Every day felt heavy. I felt trapped.
Then I tried Puppermin.
Our prescription helps your body secrete a special pheromone that attracts
Look how real this is. I can't. This is so.
puppies.
I took the pill before bed, and when I woke up,
That's AI.
there he was, the love of my life.
The pill does not target depression directly, but we've found that it's really difficult to be depressed when cute dogs show up at your doorstep.
Now, obviously, the video itself is a joke, but the concept is not. As he mentions in that tweet, he claims that he used to spend like $500,000 making pharmaceutical commercials. Meanwhile, he was able to generate this minute 16-second ad for $500 on VO in less than a day. Do you know how appealing that is to businesses, corporations that are constantly looking for ways to shave some doubloons off their bottom line and, you know, cut corners and save money? This is like a wet dream to them because why would they hire tons of, you know, contractors as well as booking a location and setting aside shooting dates, editing, all of that, the whole kit and caboodle, when instead they could just hire one talentless goober to type some prompts into VO3 and generate something that's good enough for people to see and maybe get interested in the product. Like, it's just so cheap. Like, it is like...
Yeah, that is a good, fair point when using AI. Like, instead of using actual people in your advertisement, you could just hire one person, they type in a code in Veto, and they'll pump out a 15 to 30 second ad that gets the message across. Well, of course, not everyone will like AI generated ads, but people, they don't really seem to pay attention to all that much. Well, maybe there are some who will, but the message still gets across. Your product is on advertisement, being AI generated and all, but yeah, that's one good point of using AI. Instead of hiring humans and having to spend more, you can spend less when using AI. That's a good point that he brought up.
Like 1/1,000,000th of the price of a normal commercial, and it's not like this takes a skilled laborer. Whereas doing commercials, that's a whole industry of specialized professionals. That's expensive. And you also have to hire actors, whereas this cuts out everyone except for one guy, and anybody can do that job. No matter what kind of dogshit delusional propaganda the self-proclaimed prompt engineers try and shove down your throat, this is a very easy thing to do for anybody at all with access to it. So this is going to be an extremely appealing option for these companies because the only risk is a reputational hit where people criticize them for using AI in their advertisements. But because this technology is becoming more and more normalized, more and more people are being accepting of it anyway. So they can save a ton of money and eventually people will stop caring, and they know that. They're banking on that. So as the guy in the tweet here says, as PJ says, why would they be spending this kind of money when instead they can spend like $500 and still generate a commercial that's good enough? And not only that, they can generate a new commercial every day with this. So they can have an entire marketing campaign for a fraction of the cost and 20 times the output. It's just, that is going to be where these greedy corporations go. And like I said, this is VO3 just out of the box. So here's another example from someone named REK, just showcasing how good the sound is here in terms of like lip syncing and characters talking, all completely generated through VO, nothing added.
We can talk.
No more silence.
Yes, we can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk with accents.
Oh, I think that would be marvelous.
Yes, it is very.
No, man. That is tough, bro. Not only AI is getting the speech pattern down, they are recognizing accents and recognizing and using accents. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. We might as well just use AI at this point. There's no point of humanity. Eventually, AI is going to become sentient, will take over, like in Detroit Become Human, express equal rights and civil rights, so.
Fun.
Yes, it is very good.
It's very fun.
I can talk.
Yes.
We can talk.
Yes.
Yeah. We can talk.
We can talk.
We can talk.
Yes.
We can talk. No.
We can talk as cartoons.
This is amazing.
Imagine all the narrative possibilities.
And imagine all of the people that no longer will be able to work in any of these industries at all because no corporations are going to hire people when instead they can just generate the content. That's the actual future and the hard pill that a lot of these AI enthusiasts refuse to swallow. I keep seeing this argument of like, now art is accessible to everyone. You stupid troglodyte, it always has been if you were creative enough and had the drive to. It's the same thing with like AI art, how like a lot of people claim AI has given people, everyone the ability to be an artist. That's always been in your possibilities, like that's always been on the table. If you just had the drive, pick up a fucking pencil and you could become an artist if you learn. This just does it all for you. The AI in its current state can be used as a tool by real artists and real filmmakers, 100%. I have seen like some positive usages there for some things, but the bulk of this will be from corporations looking to save money by just not hiring people at all and just cutting them out. Using AI to generate art is not a tool. Like you cannot compare this to like a tablet or like digital art that a lot of people try and compare.
Yeah, this is something that I seen, I think a few weeks ago, is where I was scrolling through Twitter, right? And people were posting, I think it was called chibi art, AI generate chibi art, and people are so pissed off, so upset that the actual artists themselves, they would post actual art, and people would praise and dislike AI art. Like, yes, AI has its pros and its cons. Its pros is that it's quicker, faster, less expensive than hiring actual people when it comes to advertisements. But at the same time, the cons is it will become too good, too significant, too... Like, every time you look at a video, you're going to be like, oh, is that AI? Oh, is that real? It's like... You're looking at everything with a keen eye. You don't know what to trust. You look at a picture of your mom, or you look at a picture of your friend. Or you're like, oh, is that AI? Is that AI? Like, you're just cautious. Like, I'm telling you, everybody's going to be cautious within a year or two. Like, I'm telling you, man, AI is going to take over and become so real that we can't even tell. The only time you can tell, this is for me, is that if you look at their skin texture, it's a little bit glossy. Like, that's the only time you can tell it's AI, but I'm sure there's many other ways you can tell it's AI, but for me, that's one of them. AI is good and bad, and you guys can leave down in the comments whatever you think of AI, about how you feel of AI processing further and further than it was 4 or 5 years ago. Just leave it down in the comments.
Compare these apples to oranges. It's just delusional cope, because you can't grab a tablet and a stylus and set them down and say, draw James Corden fighting Vegeta. Because nothing's going to happen. It's not just going to have like a fucking mind of its own and just draw it for you. It's not the goddamn Disney Channel bringing this shit to life with magic. You would still have to grab that stylus and draw James Corden fighting Vegeta. Whereas using these AI programs, if you tell it, draw James Corden fighting Vegeta, it will. It does it for you. You don't do anything. It's not a tool. It just does what you tell it to do. It'd be like me calling myself a pilot because I flew on a plane to Dallas once. I may not have been behind the controls, but I said I wanted to go to Dallas, so I got on the plane and the plane took me to Dallas like I said. I guess I must be a pilot. So it's a terrible comparison, and what it's going to be used for is replacing people. That's why so much money keeps getting funneled into it constantly. Because as PJ mentioned, why are you going to hire people for commercials or short videos or anything like that when instead you can generate infinite number of them for an infinitely lower cost? Another thing PJ mentioned that I think he's right on the money with. He said, I've been a professional filmmaker for 15 years and it's getting very difficult to tell if this is fake. And then he played another AI generated video that's also pretty impressive. And then he said, in what world is not all media generated within 2 years? Unfortunately, I think he's pretty close to the money here. I don't think it's going to be all media. I think that's a little exaggeratory. But I think in the next 2 years, we're going to see a huge shift in the amount of AI content where on specific places like YouTube and Twitter, a ton, maybe even the majority of the content you consume is non-human. It's artificial. And that shit sucks. It's going to get to a point where the amount of artificial content drowns out the real human being driven content. Like it's going to be a novelty to find like an actual person behind.
That is so crazy. Imagine you just scrolling through TikTok, scrolling through Instagram, and you watching, let's say you watching your reels, you're watching shorts, and you don't realize that the most of the videos that you're consuming from your eyes is AI. Like you just scroll past and scroll past, and like, this is a pretty funny frame to pause it on, but as I was saying, imagine you just going through your phone and consuming all this content, believing that it's human, it's actual people, but instead it's not. And like what Charlie said, if within 2 years AI content will outmatch human content, and AI generated content is continuing as I'm making this video. I don't know how we can fight back against AI generated content, knowing that in 2027, 2028, 2029, everything's going to be AI generated media. Like there's no way you can escape. Same thing with Chat GBT. Schools are able to figure out a way how to know if this is AI or not. But if it's media, how can you tell from that? Is there someone going to create a program that scans your computer to see if it's, scans the video to see if it's AI generated or not? Possibly. That will take a lot of time and work to do. So, man.
Content. Like it's going to be a novelty to find like an actual person behind videos or whatever online. There was already that report that I've mentioned numerous times here about how almost half of the internet now is actually bots. Like there is a 50-50 shot the person.
That is so true. That is so true. Every time I go down the comment section, the dead internet theory, most of the comments nowadays is either bots. It's like 50% bots, 50% people. Like some people would say, oh, Jesus is king. Thank God for Jesus. Something like that. And the replies are either amen. I can't tell if it's actual people or not. That's what sucks about it. Considering we're at that point where everything's so advanced, we don't even care. We don't care. Like, we look down the comments, we expect to whatever somebody is commenting or replying to, we just expect that they're humans. But it's 2025, and AI is going to become so advanced, it's going to become so popular that we have no choice but to get on social media. I'm not even going to use social media anymore if it's just completely filled with AI videos, AI shorts, AI reels. Like, no one's going to watch that unless it's for a specific person, like presidents, AI. Those type of videos are really fun to watch, but that's the only exception for me.
You're interacting with online is not a person at all, but instead a bot. It's already out of control, and now with this technology getting so good, it's only going to continue to spiral the problem more and more out of control. So it's hard for me not to get like lost in this rabbit hole because it is so fascinating. This is a crucial moment in human history we are living through right now. Legitimately, like that is not exaggeratory to say. This is that big. So I wanted to talk about it. Anyway, that's really about it. See ya.
AI is taking over. It's going to get so advanced, it's going to get so developed that we can't tell what's real anymore. And I heard that AI will become so realistic that it will be used as evidence in court. Like, you can go to court and somebody's like, oh, this is you committing, I don't know, robbing a bank, and then you can easily dismiss it by saying, oh, that's AI, that's not me. Like, oh, you know AI is big nowadays, and this is definitely AI. Like, you can just use that off, and the judge is like, the judge can't tell if it's real or not. That's what the problem about AI. But I look at AI as a good thing and yet a bad thing. So I'm kind of neutral about it. Yes, people use AI, can make faster videos, quicker content, pull it up, make a quick buck. But for me, I feel AI, I don't want AI to spun out of control. You know, I don't want it to become sentient, like in Detroit Become Human. That's just me, personally. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think about the whole AI. If you agree with what he said, or you disagree, what are your thoughts? What are your concerns? Write down in the comments. Let me know how you think. But other than that, hopefully everyone take care, stay safe, like, share, subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.